So the total costs to date are 3.6 million, 3.65, and the increase from last time was 378,000, and that's primarily a little bit of fire, but mostly police overtime for the first half of August that was just paid at the end of August.
So that's a very substantial drop from the first round where we went from 258,000 to 3.2 million basically in 2 weeks. So Chief, what does that do to?
Well, as I was explained earlier, when the event first went off, the whole island went on to 12-hour shifts, no days off. It included the crew that we had up on Mauna Kea. Since everything had settled down, we pulled everybody back, put them back on 8-hour shifts, regular rotations. So we only have a small contingent that's up on Mauna Kea.
And then, so these August numbers would be about the same number of officers that we've held and maintained since then. We have about the same number now, is that?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to assume then, even though we know what assuming does, but I'm going to assume that we're going to keep having this, what, $350,000, $400,000 jump every 2 weeks as we maintain this?
If we maintain the same numbers, yes.
Okay, any reason why we wouldn't maintain those same numbers?
If they pull us back, they tell us we need to go or we need to increase numbers up there.
But as of yet,
Everything's status quo.
okay, thank you. And then Deanna, do we have a MOU or an MOA yet?
No, I believe it's still being worked on.
So to date, the state level administration has yet to come to an agreement with our county. Put
I
anything
think
in
just
writing.
the written document still being worked on, but that hasn't prevented us from sending bills to the AG's office.
Have they paid any?
Not yet.
Nice. So are we billing them for this whole total right here, $3.65 million?
I think right now we've only billed fire and police. That's my understanding of what the agreement was prior to the start, was just for those two departments.
Wait, so they don't want to cover the costs of the other departments, or we just haven't billed them for it?
I'm not sure we've asked that, but my understanding is that, they specifically asked fire and police to be there.
Well, right now we're at about 20 guys, yeah?
Give or take.
Okay. So we're definitely a little bit heavy. Any way we can drop that number just to save, everyone, whether you state or county, a little bit of finances here?
I made my bare minimum right now up there.
20 is the bare minimum set forth by the administration.
Set forward by us, our planning.
Our plan,
Yes.
county plan.
Yes.
Okay. We got an email from Lorraine Noy quoting that the legislation gave the AG or the governor's office $10 million to use. And she seemed a little bit upset that we're using funds in this way. But it's the first time that I heard about any actual set amount of money being set aside for what's happening on Mauna Kea. And that was news to me. So, again, I was up late last night, about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I just had this thought. Our state motto, just first spoken by Kamehameha III, Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. Now, there's different ways of translating that, but after researching a little bit, because it kept popping into my head, the sovereignty of the land is maintained through harmony. That's a different way of looking at pono. Pono can be righteousness, pono can be justice, pono can be harmony. And it clicked for me because I believe what is happening on Mauna Kea right now is not in harmony with this county's needs. It really isn't. We're spending a lot of money. We are creating a huge amount of divisiveness amongst our community. We are putting our officers and our families and our children and pulling in different directions, and it just really isn't doing our county any good. And that's what it's come down to for me. And without a written agreement, without a signed agreement by anybody, how can we, the county, be conditionally required to support this project? Even more so disturbing. If the state legislature had given the funds, $10 million, to Kanakas across the state, think of the good that we could have done with those funds. If they gave them $1 million, think of the good that they could have done with 10. So we've squandered millions of dollars. And we talk about finances all the time in this council, and that really is what we do. But when it came to this, there's some quietness. And that was interesting to me. Some people are on board, some people are not. We have squandered millions of dollars on the protection for a corporation that is not state-owned and not a county corporation. These are not public companies. And I can't swallow that, you know. And Chief, you're doing what you're told. Yeah, you've been given this job. Deanna, you're giving me the numbers because that's what you do. For us as council members, if we truly are here to look at the numbers and say whether something that we're doing is right or in harmony with what our constituents are asking for, then I think we need to do a little bit more digging and really just take this apart and look at what it is and just call it for what it is, which is nonsense.